Morning everyone, welcome to the homestead. In the past few days, I haven't really done a whole lot. We've had visitors here, so not a whole lot of recording's been done. It's mainly just, visiting and enjoying their company. Yesterday, just like today, I don't know if you can hear things banging around, but it's pretty windy, so didn't do any recording yesterday. Actually woke up and really didn't feel like doing much of anything. But yesterday it was the perfect weather to get some groundwork done. Just had some rain the day before, so the ground was still wet. And even though it was windy, the wet ground would kind of keep the dust down. Plus, with how dry it is out here in a lot of places, the wetness would keep, any sparks down, anything like that. We used a rototiller on a tractor, put in a fire line, and then did some work for the garden. We're not doing a garden this year. We're hoping to be able to get a shallow well sometime this year. If we get 1.5 gallons a minute or something like that, we'll be fine. Be perfectly happy with that. Just fill a couple of containers of water and we'll be good. We have a couple of 200-gallon containers right now and we're not using, so get at least one or two of those filled. It'd be good for fighting fires out here, at least a little bit. But let's have a look real quick, see what's going on. I've been wanting to try to level this out some, because eventually I'd love to have just this area here just to be kind of a big meadow. I know we're going to need water to keep it green and everything, but just wild grasses, maybe some wildflowers, I think that would be awesome. I started working on some of the garden here. This section over here is going to be for flowers and stuff like that. We've already got some here, I think, are these irises or something? I can't remember off the top of my head, but we got these. Got a dogwood tree sitting right here. It looks like, got some stuff going. So that's good. Another tree over here. I don't know what kind it was. It's just given to us. I don't think it's a fruit bearing. But anyways, that's going to be all the flowers, and over here is going to be where the food is going to be grown. Here's the fire line, and it's good, 40 feet wide or so. With the amount of high winds we have, we wanted to make it extra wide. Looks like it's probably closer to 60 feet right in here from there to there. But a lot of that was sagebrush. And as much as I hated to do it, you get rid of the sagebrush this close. We left some stuff out there, but I know when sagebrush goes up in a fire, it just really goes, so I had to get rid of that. Which, it does suck, because I love sagebrush. Love the smell of it. But after it rains again, it's going to be windy for today. Could be some showers. But after another decent rain, borrow the tractor again and finish up the garden area. And noticed, hold on, this here is where the shop is going to be built. Hopefully that'll get done this year too. It'd be really nice to have. Got all the sheet metal right there. Just need some lumber. But I noticed that it's not exactly level going this way. So I need to, this first part here is pretty level, so I just need to take it and then just shave it the rest of the way to make it level. Then when we first moved here, did a bunch of leveling off of this area back over here and piled a lot of the dirt here, and I want to just cut this out, level this off. And you might be able to see it. There's the back over there is the other side of the fire line. I hope all the audio turns out on that. If it doesn't, then it'll just be cut to right here. And basically what I did is I just showed you a little bit of the start of the garden and then the fire line, and that's, for the most part, that was it. And the area where the shop's going to be. But if the wind dies down, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get something done out here. Otherwise, it'd be a day of editing, which I suppose wouldn't be that bad. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So, continuing this video on from, was it 3 days ago now? I think it was Monday, now it's Wednesday, 2 days ago. But anyways, it was all windy that day, so I didn't do a whole lot, but I did get this taken care of. I don't know if I had mentioned this before, but this tank, is a 200 gallon some odd tank that we were given. I think I'd mentioned that it was leaking in here, like the gasket went bad or something. Finally was able to get this nut off and get some caulking in there, and I used caulking instead of silicone, just in case. I mean, this is food grade, so I used caulking instead of silicone just in case something happens and somebody or something has to drink out of this. So it's been sitting for a couple of days, so it's going to be ready for testing here pretty soon. Pretty soon. Because next I need to take care of the valve, because the valve does not close all the way. I don't know. Probably can't see it. But anyways, it doesn't close all the way, so at the very least, I need to get another valve to just put right on here. Because I imagine, what's that, about 2-inch versus 3-inch. 2-inch might be cheaper to get and just leave this valve open. But you can get this taken care of. Maybe figure out a way just to plug this up so you can test it. But this guy is going to be going up over there somewhere. It's going to be filled with water for basically fighting fires, because we still don't have a well here. And I'll link up into the YouTube card. I believe it'll be in this corner here. But we had a fire that just stopped right here along this ridge. In fact, if I walk up here, you can still see where it was stopped at. Nice little tower here, about 25 feet long. Put it to use one day. Alright, this is about where the fire stopped. You can actually see where it's greener over here and it's drier over here. Right here is where the fire was. Right there's the homestead. So we're talking 300 feet maybe. And you can actually go over here. There's This guy here is still charred from the fire. There's actually a couple little sticks right there. Yeah, this guy too. Dark dirt. There's the homestead. So yeah, you can definitely see there. And that's the reason for the fire line, which you can see I just put in there. And it goes around on both sides. It goes on top of the ridge on the other side. And you got something else to show you guys. It's awesome out here. There's just nothing. At least this direction. There are the houses over there, and there's a farmhouse back there, but that's awesome. And then there's trees there. But I'm going to show you guys something else here. We were given a little wheelbarrow. Now, I know that you can get wheelbarrows for fairly cheap, you know, at Walmart or whatever. But I figured this would be a decent little project. Pretty much just replace the wood, paint the metal, you know, maybe take a wire brush to it, you know, just clean it up. But it's kind of rickety. The wood's just drying out, and it just needs to be replaced. It does have a nice front tire on it. I'm guessing it's a Harbor Freight, but it's also a couple years old. A little crack there, but I don't really care. It's probably flat for a while because there's cracks on both sides right here. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I guess either get or make some 2x2s. Replace that, replace these little wedges here. Clean it up, make it look good again. It was just at the neighbor's house, mixing concrete in this thing, so got some concrete on it. But yeah, I think it'd be a neat little wheelbarrow. And it is pretty small, but for what we need right now, it don't matter. It's definitely useful. I don't think there's much of any more updates here. Here's the area of land where I scraped. Try to level some of it off. I'm not very good with a tractor at all. I can scoop, dump, rototill, that kind of stuff. As far as trying to level stuff out, make them smooth, there's just no way. And there's I did that at the start of the garden, and we have at least a year before we can actually have a garden. We've got flowers growing up over here, over on this side. But eventually I'd hope to get all this tilled as well, this whole area leveled off. And just have a nice water supply over here. Trying to figure out how to get well in here on a budget. Supposedly the area in here is going to be pretty shallow, like 100 feet or less. Crossing my fingers that the well would be right in here. It'd be a perfect spot for it. We might end up having to call in somebody to drill it. There's a lot of rock in here. Okay, well, then we'll go find something to do. Alright, so we'll go ahead and call that the video for the day. Kind of boring, didn't really work on anything. But, you know, the sun's getting ready to go down. I gotta go dump the tanks. So, if you like this video and want to see more, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you got any value out of it. Probably not, just kind of boring. But anyways, till next time, keep kicking up dust.